think it's supposed to sound like that, I'm pretty sure. Hello, Aaron. Forest. Savage. How's everybody? I'm kind of tired. Reminds me of a time back when I was a teenager, and I would end up at the cemetery every day. Here at the old cemetery, I'm taking names of all the people who died before me, and now they're like being born again and stuff like that too. I met a guy the other day who passed on 10 years ago, and I saw him and a baby. I was like walking by the store, and there's the baby, this lady in the stroller right there, coming out as I was going in, and the baby looked at me and it's like that, and I was like, oh my, Billy, and she took off. The lady thought I was crazy, but it was Billy. He was like, it's me, Billy. And the baby, that's why I believe in reincarnation, thanks to baby Billy. Billy the baby. He was a smart one. Still is. I mean, I just meant that he was a smart one in the last life. So now I'm thinking maybe Billy the baby, or the baby Billy, is gonna lead us all right to where we need to be in this life, in order to take full advantage of our, I don't know, sewage, our waterways, our food, intake, calorie intake as well. Does anybody have any idea what we're talking about? Because I'm not. I got off track. I got off track. Let's see. What is this here? Let's do this. Oh, there we go. This is my friend Sleepy Seahorse. My shirt makes a lot of noise when I... Hey, how's it going, everybody? Oh, really? I didn't know that. My shirt did. All I do is this. I just turn my neck and it's like... And then the tie's like, I'm gonna get you. I'm like, oh... But thankfully for me, I got some water. I got a ukulele. I got bad lighting. I'm a one-man entertainment machine. All wrapped up into one pretty little hideous life form. This is a drawing that I'm working on. Hello, Angel. Hogs. Let's kiss in what is it? Irish? I do this every time. Dogs and boys. Hello, dogs and boys. Let's do this. Sometimes it's hard to I don't want to go too far in, even though I think it'd be cool for you to see. But I don't want you to be bored with that much of an area too. Sometimes I draw really small. But lately, I've been, I don't know, trying to do different things. I've been trying to say yes to things that normally I wouldn't say yes to. Just so the future me looks back and says, dang, dude, you actually stuck to your word there, you old son of a gun. And then the earlier version or whatever of me says, thank you, older version of me. I love you. You look nice today, by the way. And the older version of me says, yeah, I know. And then that's it. That's pretty much it. And then I wake up, and everybody's standing over me. My grandparents, my parents, my uncles, my friends, all of my pets, and one by one, I say, and you were there, and you were there, and you were there, and nothing makes sense. We're spinning on a ball made of fire. Magnets and fire to the core, baby. It's time we started acting like it. Immortality is for the weaklings. I say claim eternity. You just gotta reach out and claim it. It just depends on how you wanna present yourself in this world, in this life. It's not like it's the only one. But that doesn't give you free reign to do bad stuff now, does it? See, now I'm picking up what everybody's putting down, because I'm in a room filled with people. They're all lying on the floor, silently looking at the ceiling. I don't know, tripping on some kind of dope. I don't even know anymore. But I now know, though, my friends, that it is all in my mind. Yeah, it's pretty cool, huh? Is that Waldo on the lower left? I don't know what you're talking about. Who's Waldo? Waldo. Absolutely, friend. You nailed it. Now the most hated vocalist. I do write music on the guitar, however. I do not play live. Technically concentrate on the lead vocals. What did I miss? I'm so curious. Hey, vegan. Forrest, and I'm socially awkward in a big way, however, being in a touring band. I learned how to feed off the crowd. They gave me the support I needed. Let's see. Stage fright. You said hard on. You said hard on stages. That was the name of my first band. Back in grade school. Yeah, I was in the second grade. Most of my mates were in like the third and fourth grade, and we were called the hard-on stages. We didn't understand what we were doing at the time. We didn't know that we were making history. We didn't know that we were breaking the rules. Sometimes you gotta live outside the box in order to learn how to live inside the box. Or just as much, you know. Sometimes you have to live outside the box just as much as you have to live inside the box. Don't ever forget that. You gotta be well-rounded. Well-versed in your own dismay. And downright fun. Shits and giggles, friends. That's what it's all about. This music makes me happy. Oh, Angel, I always see you on late for me. It reminds me of Bob Ross. I get that. I've gotten that. I get that a lot. Forrest, guitar, bass, drummer. I am so glad that somebody else found Waldo. I mentioned it the other day, but I'm not sure anybody found it. Sometimes I've always been asked when I do these sorts of drawings or where is Waldo? Somebody's always like, so where's Waldo? You know, in front of their friends, in front of their cyber friends. And then I say, oh, he's right there. And that takes they're like, oh, it really takes the wind out of their balls. You know what I mean? Just like this song. Except this song puts the wind under my balls. It's insane. This is a cool song. Who's what? It's not who's Waldo. It's my Waldo. Where's my Waldo? Hi, Daniel. How you doing, Daniel? A breeze between the knees. That's what I imagine Aaron's voice sounds like. A breeze between the knees. And Daniel comes on. Daniel sounds like this. Let's see. Hey, what's up? Forrest is just, you know, obviously it's like, love the space section going on in your masterpiece. Saturn would look good surrounded by the black ink. LOL. Saturn. I usually do throw a few Saturns in there. I throw a lot of moons in my pieces as well. I'm supposed to do a Sasquatch ringing a bell too or something. I get the funniest requests. Aaron, I think requested the bell. How do you draw a bell? And a Sasquatch ringing it. Plus, how am I to know that that's not some kind of like gangland insignia that you guys are suggesting I put into my piece? Where people are gonna come up to and be like, "Oh, Storie Grubb's a member of this Russian prison gang. He's gnarly. He's a gnarly grub." I'm joking, of course. If I learned one thing, and one thing alone in this world, in this life, in this whatever the heck it is that you've got to have thick skin. You gotta have really thick skin. Hold on a second, god damn it. Oh, sorry, folks. I was just a little bit dehydrated there. You've got to have thick skin. You know, you can't argue with your needs. You just got to feed the need. You just got to drink some water. Stay hydrated. You got to have thick skin. I'm an old cowboy. I don't buckle. I don't buckle under anything but the buckle on my pelvic area. I'll buckle under that thing, but I won't ever buckle under the pressure of the buckling around all the time. I'll tell you that much, everybody. Now what I'm doing here is adding texture where there once was not texture. And to me, that makes me feel like, holy moly, I am some kind of deity. I am some kind of Leviathan. I'm a big deal. I can draw. Therefore I am. And that means therefore I am a god. An art god at that. I mean, I'm not saying I got superpowers. I just know how to tell time and I can read the universe. Time is a fickly prick. And it reminds me of a story. Just one moment here. 1 second, Sleepy. It goes like this. quite a lovely song, but I can't sing it all here because it's very long. It's about 13 minutes long. Probably about 12 minutes longer than you're willing to listen to. I tell you that much. That was about 13 minutes right there. We learned how to stretch words out in order to get our point across where I'm from. Now, where I'm from, that really doesn't matter now, does it? What matters is that we're here together and that we can change the world together. What'd y'all say? I can't read. You know I can't read, Forrest. Give me a break. Let's see. Air in the breeze between the knees. Look, love the space section going on. Your masterpiece. Oh, got it. You're a lady. Hello. It's the chat creating the chicken Frankenstein. Erin posted a picture for you. It's really cool. Not laughing, just embarrassed. So I leave LOL as a coping mechanism. How beautiful is the art from Story of why it means. Forrest, you're cracking me up. And just to prove it, I'm gonna show you just firsthand. You're cracking me right on up. You're just cracking me up. Gee whiz. Okay. Life is like a box of chocolates. It'll melt, and you'll die if you stay in a hot car. You know, you've just gotta live it while the universe gives it. You know what I'm saying? You just gotta reach out there and grab it. And if you can't do that, you just gotta continual continuously ask questions. Of course, people need to stop and smell the flowers too. But even, you don't just walk up to a flower and stick your nose in it. There could be a goddamn bee in there. I've actually done that. Went right up to a frickin' rose that was like blooming. It was early in the morning, and I put my nose right up in there, and there was a frickin' beehive. There was like 3 bees in it. Just chilling. Get ready to zap my ass. Well, in this case, my nose. Zap my nose. And they tried. They failed. And that's why they do call me the breeze between the bee's knees. So that's just another one of those things. Erin, if you are a lady, I apologize for. I think I may have been saying you were a dude this whole time, bro. I'm sorry about that, dude. I'm sorry about that, guy. I totally know what that's like, though. I've been asking people to call me a man for years. Remember the thick skin. Thick skin. Okay, no, I'm good. Okay. Just playing, everybody. I just like to joke. I figure, what is life without humor? Even if we're hating on each other, we gotta throw some funny jokes in there. Because the ones that are going around, they just ain't cutting it. You know what I'm saying? If this is the end, we're all doomed, and all it's gonna take is some big old fat sunburst ray thing to come and knock out our satellites and put us back in the Stone Ages. And watch how big of like that coming out there with that little toilet paper. Even out of a jet airplane. And that's why I love the world, and I love everybody. Amen. Thank you, everybody. I really appreciate y'all listening to my speech. I used to write speeches for several presidents back in the early 1800s under the pseudonym Mark Twain. And they wrote a catchphrase about me. It went something like this: "Do never mark the twain between the breeze knees." Something like that. It wasn't. That's not exact. I'm old. I don't have my memories really. It's kind of shot. That's right, Therma. She's just over there listening. Therma's my water heater. Is that a wig? Cause you would look a baba jabba. No, these aren't wigs. I mean, no, it's not a wig. What? What are you talking about? I would never. It's a shirt and a tie. Look. This is a tie. I bought this for $25,000. These are plugs. I think that they look okay, right? It's absolutely. What's that? Actually, this version of Story is a reference to a short mini series I put out last summer, called Art Club, and this is like the protagonist's costume in that series. There's a Tyler Durden version of Story as well. God, this seems like a lifetime ago, but it was just like last summer. I was just making movies out here, and it was so talk about the best. I keep making these stupid jokes about, oh, that's the best summer of my life, but that really was like being out here and just absolutely dedicated to these like weird little shorts that I was doing, but kind of trying to figure out my own kind of niche, my own way of doing it. But that was really fun making, because I wrote a whole script for it and everything for Art Club. I'm quite proud of it. And if you like Fight Club, you know, even if you don't like Fight Club, but have seen it, you might like it because it's all about art. I sort of just changed the basic stuff and a few things around, obviously. It's kind of silly, but it was fun. Let's see, what did my skin is so thick, my hair follicles. Add Yoda. I drew Dino Pool like Deadpool. How many subscribers do I have? I think I have around. I think I need about 45 more or something to be at 2,000. It's definitely evolved. There was a period there where I wasn't really drawing that much at all either, and I wasn't going live, I think, towards so much until towards the end of the summer. And because it was just a good, cool way to connect with people. And I didn't know how to, I was doing all these different things. I had the garage set up like a lounge, and I would go live from the lounge here and put on these little skits and musicals and stuff. And they were not impressive, but I mean, I was just like trying new things out. And then towards the end of the summer, I got some commissions. So I started drawing a lot more and getting away from, because I had all these ideas for parodies and other movies I wanted to parodize and make them about art and be all the characters again and stuff, but I just ran out of steam. And I kept going with the shorts and stuff like that because those help build the channel and they're just really fun. But now this character, long story short, this version of Story is kind of like, was the one that, if you watch Art Club, he gets creative control, absolute creative control. So I figured it was a good way to bring him back from the dead. He shot himself with a staple gun. I would really like to have, you know, some actors or something like that, even two or three, where I could just direct and like write and like have different things, you know, different stories and time, like side stories and subplots and different characters. Because what I ultimately would really want to do too is to go into art galleries as some of these characters and act like I know what I'm talking about when I'm just gibberish. I'm just going in there and just saying gibberish, but they don't know what to do. Or I'm just walking up to people that are just looking at the art and I just start saying, oh yeah, my cousin did this because on his deathbed and stuff. And they're like, what? Like, oh my God. And just make up a bunch of stuff and then pants them as you're leaving. Just pants everybody on the way out, as many as you can. And make sure you get it all on film. And then you pour motor oil all over the ground right by the front door so they can't follow you. Light it on fire if you need to. That's how I met my first wife. She was slipping in a slide and I caught her. She was on fire, everything. It was crazy. That's how my first son was born as well. I'm just kidding. I don't have any wives. Certainly don't have any kids. I assure you, if I did, they wouldn't be on fire. Not on my watch. And not on my clock. You volunteer as tribute. You guys are talking down here. I'm sorry. How many subscribers? I drew that off fine liner. Fine liner? It's just Sharpie ultra fine point. Look at this little fucker. I mean, shit, little bitch. That's the only F-bomb I will drop for those that are too young to hear it. That's the thing I don't understand about that word. How you watch videos all day long of you know, even when I was a kid, I used the F word a lot, and I mean, some of us could hide it from their parents. Other parents didn't care if you said it. You know, I had friends. You go to their house and they're saying, "Shit, fuck, piss," all this stuff, and their parents are like, "Good, that's good, dear. That's nice, dear." I'm like, "Whoa, what? I'd get whipped for doing that." Like I would have gotten whipped for doing some of the shit my friends did. It's just like, and then you realize that's how you start breaking everything down. You're like, oh wait, yeah. How come I got it so like? What's going on at my place then? God dang. But I miss the ice cream. I miss third grade. Third grade was cool. I mean, it was pretty cool. It's like one of those grades you don't think about very often, but it was pretty cool. Hey, Story, if my magic carpet can actually get me to your lair in Antarctica, absolutely. We could start a new band that conquers the ears across the globe. Absolutely. We could join hands and conquer ears. I'm right there with you. And hello, fellow grub hubs. Thank you, Recluse. Aaron, Parrot Ice, I want to go. Parrot Ice, Parrot Ice, I want to go. Parrot. Hello. First rule of art club. I can act. I bet you can. I can't. I volunteer as tribute. Now I'm getting all these. Okay. Dreams and flashbacks. She sounds... The recluse janitor. She sounds hot. The recluse. Thank you, no one. Baby Blue, hello. Can smell the Sharpie fumes through the screen. Forest Reno Friends. Paradise. I was born in Paradise. There's a town in California right above Chico where I spent a lot of my life, nearby, if not in. But there's Paradise, California. That's where I was born. I honestly don't know why. I gotta ask my mom why they drove up the hill to Paradise to have me. Otherwise, I would have been born in a hospital called Enloe, which was actually from where they lived at the time. Gosh, probably a 2-minute drive down the street. It was literally like 10 blocks away, and they drove me 45 minutes up a hill to go to Paradise. Feather River Hospital. My social security number is 555 5555. I would never lie to you. Let's see. I mean, I think it was, Juan. His name's Juan. Garcia, maybe? I don't know. He comes on here sometimes. But I think he bought one. One of my originals. And, yeah. I just gave him my, email. And it was on a piece of paper. This one's on a board. So it's a little bit different, but it might be more difficult to send or ship through the mail, which is something I always think about as well. This one's got a lot of cool stuff. Got one. Usually I try to have just a variety of stuff that anybody from anywhere, any time period, any whatever, walk of life, religion, color, they can walk up to it and find something that they can latch onto, you know? So they like find the face right here. Oh, shit. Sorry. Where is it? I could only see it through this. It's creepy. Where'd it go? Oh, there it is. This face. It's like, that's cool. I don't even know if I did that on purpose. But the hair coming down and this weird looking creepy face. I like to be surprised as well, you know, and that's the kind of art that I latch onto, is the stuff that always keeps you guessing, or whether it's movies or a painting on the wall or a song. If I can get something new from it every single time I take it in, then to me that's, you know, it doesn't have to be like exquisite to be, you know, to move you. You just what moves you, and that's why art is so cool, because it means something different to everybody. 100 people will get 100 different reactions to this drawing, and that's including me. But you'll always, if you had it on your wall, you'd always see something different every time. But I've only been drawing on this when I've been out here doing my live streams. So I don't work on it when I'm not doing these live streams. So that's what makes it kind of special too. Yeah, it all ties together, kind of. And now I'm just finishing the bottom so it looks more like a neck, because you can kind of see the face in there. Once you see the chin right here and the teeth, the bottom teeth, then you can sort of see this sort of face head thing. But I'm going to bring that out, so I'm going to make all this dark with stars or whatever, vines. And then down here, finish this off with more dark. And up here, I'm already starting to do it. There's Ricky Rat. Anywho, I've got a I've got to call it a little bit early tonight. I went to the dentist this morning. I got some fillings this morning, so my head is just kind of all over the place. Oh yeah, and the dinosaur. That was a suggestion too. I'll try to figure out a spot for the bell and the Sasquatch. It does look like one of those costumes where somebody jumps in it, and I can just see how it moves. It's all like. But yeah, I appreciate the kindness, and I hate to leave early, but I need to go inside and rest for a little bit. I hope you all have a wonderful, wonderful Monday evening. And I hope the moon, the sun shine down on you and bring you good fortune for you and your families. All that fun stuff. See you there, Daniel. You get some sleep. It's probably getting kind of late for you too, huh? Thanks, no one. Jeez, you guys are being so nice. And I need to write more scripts. It's hard when I go inside. I just want to lounge around because I just feel exhausted. But I want to write more, and it's hard because how many sketches or whatever can you do about art without? And that's why I've always wanted to like be able to make YouTube my job. You know, like get enough whatever to be able to monetize it or whatever it is, because I want to make it bigger. I want to do bigger things and make sketches that are actually like funny, like big, and like, you know, like in the public eye and stuff, to go out and do these art pranks essentially, you know, I think would be fun, which I haven't seen done either, like art pranks. But innocent ones, not, you know, I was joking about pantsing people. That's assault. No, I just mean just doing innocent sort of things in public, but also not, they don't have to be in public necessarily. It could just be like one person coming over, you know, expecting something. I don't know, like what's it called? Scare tactics. Scare tactics. I want to watch that now. Yo, I'm Tracy. I love that show. Tracy Morgan. I'm Tracy Morgan. We're gonna watch some people get scared. You ready for this shit? Here we go. I love Tracy Morgan. Anywho's. Cartoon shorts. I used to do those. I used to kind of do a lot more of those where I was doing more clever things with editing, and I feel like I've actually kind of lost, because I'll look at the little editing program I have, and there's all sorts of fun things you can do with it, but I like keeping it simple too, you know, and I like the humor to be somewhat spontaneous, because yeah, you could read something, but I don't know. There's something about just like making something up on the spot and it somehow being somewhat entertaining, that it's worth, that idea of creating is worth exploring anyways, at least with the shorts that I do, because they're just kind of silly. Anyways, I'm sorry, I'm drifting off. Scary art. Yeah, scare tactics. Some of those are so funny, man. Like the first season, I think, is probably the best. You know, they always are. Maybe, I don't know, but they're like out in the middle of nowhere, and there's these like aliens and stuff, and the lights, and oh my gosh. And that's the thing. If I feel like if some people were in those situations, they would fight back, or grab something and stab them or something. I'd be worried for the scared tacticians. um, because sometimes people react in violent ways, and certainly like if my brother or I like were, because we always talked about, everybody does this, like what would you do during a zombie apocalypse? Well, I'd grab something sharp and I'd be stabbing people in the head. So you might want to watch out what you. I think people have like borderline almost like hurt themselves trying to escape rooms and things like that, which makes it all the better, baby. It makes that fear taste so much better. So much better. Recluse. Lost UFO. Aaron. Let's see. Being completely scared by a man dressed up as an alien, and then seeing and hearing tracing what cackle. Oh, he's like they're like way into it too. He's like, we're gonna scare this mother, they're super into it, which makes it funny. Oh, this person wasn't asking for this, but they're gonna get it. you know yeah, he's funny. I don't know why he always seemed uh like a long lost brother or something like that to me. Just the way he talks, and the way he just seems like like an old brother, old friend. I'm glad he survived that car crash and shit, because yeah, there's like few celebrities that do that for me, that make me feel like, oh yeah, that person seems really familiar to me for some reason, and not just because they're famous, for other reasons. They seem chill, and yeah, I'm super happy that he came out the other end of that alive. Because yeah, he was in a really bad car wreck a few years ago or something, like 5 years ago or something. He almost died. Gotta respect life, and those who attempt to live it. That's what I always say. So go out and do that, my friends. I hope you have a wonderful day. If you're ahead of me, or if you're in my hemisphere, I hope you have a wonderful night. And if you're in my stratosphere, have a wonderful space. All that. And tell them Storie Grubb sent you. I love pranks. Thank you, Recluse. You guys are nice. Take care now.